Hey everybody, I'm Jesse and welcome to another edition of Genex Thinks Live. And today is Thursday, February 5th. Good morning. Dog Karma, hanging with Christopher, Wayne Beatty. Good evening, Wayne. Glad to see you here. And today I'm going to start talking about the Boy Scouts over here in the United States. I'm sure Wayne, you probably already heard of our Boy Scouts over here, but we've got a group of scouts. It's for boys, and it kind of teaches them survival skills and moral stuff and stuff like that for young kids. Just another guy in the woods. What's up? But it's a very famous group over here. And recently, they went all gender neutral, woke, inclusive, and started including girls. And now girls have a Girl Scouts. It's not like, it's not like they were excluded from having Scouts girls. They had Girl Scouts, but they just started letting girls into the Boy Scouts and cross training gender or whatever, some weird shit. I'm not real sure what the thing is there. Tripwire, what's up, Trip? Glad to see you here. But the issue now is, the article I just read is that now the Trump administration, the Department of War specifically, with Pete Hegseth, they're pressuring the Boy Scouts to return to normality, to just go back to what they have been for like 150 years or something. And they're very old group, whatever that is. And they're pressuring them to return back to their roots, their normal way of doing things, and not allowing girls to join the Boy Scouts, and that kind of stuff. Just being normal, basically. And that it's crazy. It's crazy to me the way the world is today. The fact that boy is in the name of the damn organization. You know what I mean? It's the Boy Scouts. They have Girl Scouts. So it's really mind blowing that they would just completely turn away from the entire core of what they are. They're the Boy Scouts. It's mind blowing. It has always been a place for boys to go and learn about the woods and shit and do whatever, and to be a part of a boys' club. That was the entire reason for it. Now, and they've turned completely away from that, and it's really strange to watch this kind of shit happen with these large organizations, And I really would love to know what's going through the mind of the people on the top, that are running these institutions, corporations, organizations, when they're making these decisions. It's mind blowing. Raziel, what's up, Roz? Tank Ferret, what's up? Good morning, Tank. Tomcat, what's up, Tomcat? Shannon, hey Shannon, Jeff 7. Good morning, everyone. And that's not even what irritates me the most about this entire interaction I'm seeing between the Boy Scouts and the Pentagon, right? So the Pentagon, just the fact that the Pentagon has to step in and tell the Boy Scouts that they're a boys' organization. I mean, what kind of twisted, bizarro reality are we living in? Where the hell did I end up? It's like someone beamed me up and transported me to some ridiculous damn planet that I don't want any part of, honestly. But then on top of that, I was reading, the Pentagon's message to the Boy Scouts. They're threatening to yank their funding, and why they're giving them taxpayer money, I don't know, but that's another issue, more political. And not allowing them access to military bases anymore and stuff like that if they don't start acting right. But the Pentagon in there, it hit me. I saw that the Pentagon says that the Boy Scouts should be, how they word it, uh, one of one of the boy friendly spaces. This is the kind of terminology, language that the Pentagon is using now. Boy friendly spaces. Uh, I think that's what irritates me the most about the entire interaction. This is the kind of language the Pentagon is using. You know, it's it's what happened to real language? You know what I mean? Why are we tiptoeing around with language? It This really bothers me, and I've said it before, because this really harkens to the 1984 George Orwell, the manipulation of language and the um, that whatever kind of speak he said, I forget now, I'm mind blanking, but yeah, the language our language is our view into the universe and the way we see the universe, the way we interpret everything. And for society and whatever the powers that be to start manipulating our language really really bothers me, probably more than the average person, just because I'm me. But it bothers the hell out of me. And to see the Pentagon using this kind of just weird milk water, you know, language like that, just bland, um, hyper. It's like hyper. It's too generic and friendly and pasty to make sure they don't offend anyone. You know what I mean? Uh, I just rather have him, saw some shit where they said, what are y'all queers doing down there? Y'all need to get that shit together and quit messing up the Boy Scouts, or we're going to come down there and bring down the wrath of God on y'all. I'd rather see something like that, something over the top offensive once in a while, and that's just real, you know instead of this kind of pasty, bland bullshit that's being kicked around out there. It just really irritates me, and I don't understand why anyone would want the whole gender neutral, uh, super hyper super, what is it, just pushing hard to be overly unoffensive, right? It's unoffensive. They want to make sure that they don't offend it. We need to offend some people. Offend me. I wish everyone would try to offend me. I like to put it like that. Use all the language you can to try to offend me. That would make me happy. Don't I'm not saying, not calling for the all the whining douchebags out there to be offended. Offend me. Use the language you think that it would offend me personally. I'd be happy with that. Yeah. Air Training Corps as a kid, Wayne Beatty. Okay. Yeah. So that's probably something like our Boy Scouts then. Oh yeah, held his position with a 50 cal. Even took a few hits. Tom. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Duncan. Hey, Duncan, what's up? Glad to see you here. Yeah, some adults are too snobby for their own good. Free LSD. No, they've got the snowy river country, Christopher. Remember the man from Snowy River? Have you ever seen that movie? If not, you got to watch it, dude. Flooding in the outback, Christopher. My t-shirt's outdated. Yeah, Ross. Yeah. How many of you are still drunk and spiraling a bit, Shannon? Yeah, Duncan. No, that's absolutely right. And that's I'm trying to rectify that in my own self, my own mind. I don't want to go too far. I still have to stay based in reality, I think, and pay the bills and stuff. But I'm trying to become more spiritually attuned, I guess. Just as a personal thing. Uh, I think that that's important for myself. So yeah, and Duncan, yeah, I'm guilty of that too, just like everyone else, but but I'm trying to correct that. Just finish your last beer. Yeah, someone forgot their bong next to your couch, Ross. Oh, okay, yeah, awesome movie, Christopher. It's an Australian western. Yeah, great movie though. I love it. I've seen it dozens and dozens of times. No, never heard of that one, Duncan. Salute your shorts. Yeah, and and I think it's just the movement toward the generic, bland language and everything. But all of the trans, like the trans genders and all that, they're completely over the top and expressive. Okay, uh, that have marches and all this stuff and rainbows all over the place. Now they're completely over the top and expressive, but no one else can be. Yeah, we've all got to be bland and neutral and watered down, and we're not allowed to express ourselves. We're not allowed to say anything that might even be considered offensive in any way. We're not allowed to do any of that stuff as far as the society is concerned, right? It's not illegal yet, yet like it is over there in the UK. But Newt, what's up, Newt? Glad to see you here. You'll pay for pizza if someone goes to get it. That's a hell of a drive from here, Shannon. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to pass on that one. Maybe somebody else. Oh, you can't eat pizza after Pizzagate, Brad? Yeah, I don't blame you, dude. Yeah, good morning, Brad. Glad to see you here, man. Oh, okay. The camp counselor was a bit of a jerk. All right, Duncan. Yeah, our movies were offensive, Christopher. Yeah, all that kind of, yeah, everything. But it wasn't offensive back then. It was just funny. It wasn't offensive. People that took offense to it were just crybabies back then. And I had friends that could have, Mexican friends who heard Mexican jokes and they'd laugh or whatever. And I'd talk to them about real stuff and we'd ask each other questions, about that kind of stuff. Like, nah, that shit don't bother me. He asked me a question. No, this shit don't bother me. Does it bother you? And, you hear some Mexican shit. He said, I don't care. I mean, I don't give a shit. So, we never could figure it out, me and my friends. So, whatever, but somehow today they figured out how to be offended by everything. I call him Mexican, but he wasn't a Mexican. He was an American, and I'm remembering one specific conversation with one specific friend. So, and I've had others with other friends, but my friend, I call them Mexicans because they call themselves Mexicans. But that's one of the things I used to argue about with them and get onto them about. Like, where were you born then? Texas. You're not a Mexican, you dumbass. You're an American like me. What are you talking about? You're not a Mexican. And then we get down to it, and oh yeah, well, I just don't want anybody to confuse me with a Cuban and shit. And I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. But you're an American. Just say whatever you want. You weren't born in no Mexico. You never been to Mexico. You don't know what the hell Mexico's like. Calling yourself a Mexican, that's an insult to real Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? But I always gave my friends. I've had a lot of Hispanic friends, and I always gave them shit about calling themselves Mexicans. Dude, you're not a damn Mexican. Yeah, yeah. Jim Lotus, what's up? Glad to see you here, Jim. Thank you, Tank. Yeah, hit the thumbs up button if you would. I appreciate it. Jim Bot. Yeah. Michelle, what's up, Michelle? Glad to see you here. Tomcat. Well, I appreciate it, Tomcat. I really do. Well, I don't know. Like I said, I watch a few podcasts on TV, on the big TV. I can't get into watching it on my phone or whatever. And I'm working a lot, so I don't have a lot of time. Seems like I'm either working or sleeping or doing my own podcast, so I don't have a lot of time for podcasts anyway. So I don't watch a whole lot of them, and when I do, they're on the TV, so I don't really get in the chat and all that. But so I don't have a lot of experience to compare myself to other podcasters. So, but I've heard that, and from what I've seen personally, they don't interact a whole lot with the chat, do they? Or am I, or do a lot of them do? And I just started doing this because it was cool. I don't know if other people do it or not. Maybe this is the way it's done, and I'm just copying other people without realizing it. I don't know, but yeah, from what I've heard, though, from what I understand, this isn't like the normal way people do their podcasts is to talk, to the chat. But I don't know. North Free Trade Zone. All right. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard that vegans, I don't go around and tell people I'm an omnivore. I just don't, I don't feel the need, but vegans do feel that need for some reason. Which no, not throwing salt on you, Jim. I just heard that about vegans. They like to tell everybody they're vegan. Hey, yeah, more power to you. Yeah, that's cool. Local honey score, pollen immune system, Tomcat. Yeah, I've heard that about honey too, and I like honey. Yeah, I love honey. Tyler, what's up, Tyler? Glad to see you here. Yeah, Michelle. Yeah, I have a strong feeling that everybody else, all the other content creators, block Jim, and I don't censor people, you know, and there's at least a pretty good chance that he's not a bot, so I'm not going to censor him. I don't do that unless somebody comes in and just spams, like links and shit, and it's uh, completely obvious that it's just, But he's as far off base as he is in my, from my line of thinking. He's contributing thoughts to the conversation, not spamming some link to some Chinese bullshit. So I don't. I'm not going to censor him. Y'all can block him if you want. It's 420. Jeff Boy, Jeff Boy RD, my boy. What's up, Jeff Boy RD? I was hoping you'd come back, dude. I wanted to say that again so bad. You don't know, dude. Been itching to say that shit again. Jeff Boy RD. That's awesome, Jeff. Thank you for coming by, dude. Yeah. Oh yeah, Tomcat. Yeah. Yeah. Local honey. Yep. That's the way to go, dude. Yep. Go. Yeah. I can't talk a whole lot about that subject. YouTube gets upset at me. Yeah, see, bots don't celebrate 420, do they, Jim? NAFTA? Oh, it just got that shit got blown up into full on globalism, Christopher. Yeah, they NAFTA was just, that was the first goal in their race, and they blew past that thing. What, 20 years ago? Yeah, they stuffed that down our throats and went and moved on to full on globalism, global economy. NAFTA's ancient news. Oh, okay, Roz. Well, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate your support, and all members. I appreciate y'all's support. So thank you very much. You prefer not starving? Yeah. Yeah, I have. I've been close to starvation when I was a kid, and yeah, no, that's not for me. I'll pass, Christopher. Oh yeah, yep. You eat meat with your vegetables, Tyler? Yeah, me too, dude. Nothing like a good beef stew. Professional courtesy tank. Yeah, Brad. We love Brad. Yep. Yeah, Christopher. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, me too, Christopher. Yeah, and as a rule, for those of you who maybe just now subscribing or watching the channel, I just don't censor people, period. YouTube does enough of that shit. I don't block. I don't delete comments. If you say some crazy shit, then that's on you. you know, uh, I just don't censor people. Like I said, unless it's spam, it's just straight up obvious spam. I'll just delete that shit just to get it out of the way. You know, if it's completely obvious and disruptive, but not real people sharing real thoughts. Ah, thank you for showing up, Tyler. I appreciate it. Jeff Boyd RD. Yeah. Yeah, Jeff. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Brad. Yeah. People are lining up for depopulation, lining up for it, begging for it, clamoring for it, demanding it, Brad. Yeah. Yeah. You're right about that. I totally agree. Oh, you too, Jim? All right. Yeah. Well, maybe he'll get some experience here on Gen X Thinks, and he won't get blocked on his next channel. Next chat he enters. Only pasta, Duncan? I could go on a porcupine diet where that's all I eat is porcupines. Too early for all the negativity? Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I, I'm I'm balanced too. I think I don't run around, trying to do any kind of what's that called? Neolith? No. what's the old one? Uh, the new Paleolithic diet or something like that, some shit like that, where you eat like a caveman, nuts and berries and vegetables and roots and meat and everything. I kind of tend toward that. I don't try to follow it. Uh, I'm not a Paleolithic diet follower or anything like that. I just eat what the hell I want, and it just tends to be that shit. You know what I mean? That's just what my body tells me I need. So that's what I eat. Um, but I tend toward that Paleolithic diet or whatever the hell it's called. Uh, I need vegetables. If I just try to eat meat, which I have, or just that's all I've had around was jerky or whatever for a day, and my body will start telling me you need some vegetables, dude. My body tells me you need some carbohydrates. You need so. Um, I just follow kind of what my body tells me, and um, roll. That's how I do it, and I just listen to my body. So, and that has led me to a balanced, fruits, vegetables, nuts, meat, fish, all, kind of across the board. Yeah, yeah, Tank, and that's the thing. Uh, Tank threw a joke out there. Do you know the difference between a catfish and a lawyer? One is a scum sucking bottom feeder, and the other is a fish. That's a joke, and it's funny and stuff, but it's true. That's actually factual. And the thing that pisses me off the most about our society is that we keep electing lawyers to run our country. 99% of our politicians up there are used to be lawyers. So that's exactly what is wrong with our country. I'm convinced. I'm convinced that we have lawyers running this shit show, and that's why it is the way it is. You eat vegan burritos. Your steak was vegetarian at some point. Trip, yeah, yeah. I've never. Well, I don't know how to interpret that, Tyler. I mean, some of the best food I've tasted was vegan because it was a vegetable laying there beside my meat. You know what I mean? So I don't know what is there like. I thought vegan was just vegetables. So there's, I don't know. So uh, I'm confused now. What is vegan then? Oh yeah, yeah, one of those big Fred Flintstone rack of ribs or the big drumstick, Jeff. Yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah, Tomcat. No, well, no, I'm ignorant and naive right there with you, Christopher. I'm not calling you ignorant, but I'm ignorant on top of it. Yeah, and I believe that's just part of wisdom is realizing just how ignorant we really are, and hopefully, I'm at least beginning to realize that about myself. Rex Chaoticus, what's up, dude? One of the best handles around, Rex Chaoticus. Glad to see you here. Good morning. Uh, uh, well, Jim, every animal wants to live, and it is not our right to kill them. You can't say that, Jim. I'm not going to argue with you too much here, but so all lions should starve to death because it's not their right to kill a gazelle, and the gazelle wants to live. That kind of stuff, those kind of arguments, they just break down fast, Jim. You can't have those kind of arguments. I'll eat the most beautiful bird on the planet. I'll chop his head off and eat his ass. And because I want to live more than he does. If he wanted to live that bad, he should have learned to fly faster. That's all I got to say. You know what I'm saying? Uh, the Mother Nature is built that way. It's designed survival of the fittest. If I can eat your ass, that's the way it was meant to be. I'm smarter than you, faster than you, stronger than you, something that gave me the ability to kill you and eat you. So, oh well, that's just the way I believe. As long as your brain keeps running, it's earned its pay rise. Yeah. And vegans eat all kinds of great recipes. Yeah, that's the only thing I won't eat is people. Yeah, tank. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, no, it can't taste good, dude. We joke around about long pork and all that, but that's got to be the worst thing the worst tasting thing on the planet. Peanut butter fudge with chocolate marshmallow frosting. Can't beat that. That sounds good. Yeah, yeah, Tomcat. I've heard that. Yep. Yeah, they're just starting to put bugs and shit in our food without telling us, and that should be illegal as shit. They should be hung up to dry for that shit, right? They should be rotting in prison. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, Jeff Lamb. Yeah, peacock tastes good. Trip. Yeah. I didn't say they need meat to survive, but they eat gazelles and shit. I don't care. Not you can sit here and type all day. Tomorrow I will go out there and shoot a cow in the face and eat him. Yeah, you're not going to change my mind on that. Sometimes you just barking up the wrong tree, dude. I'm not going to quit eating meat for anybody. I don't give a damn. Yeah, no, yeah, it's part of the food chain. You can't stop it. Freaking the entire food chain. The Earth would go extinct. Everything depends on each other. Without the predators, the prey would go extinct. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, I'm not buying into that line of bullshit, and I never will. I don't care. Yeah, life feeds on life. Plants feed on decaying life. It's just it's the way it is. Without feeding on each other, life would go extinct. If there's less than three rodents in peanut butter, they sell it. It wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. What does kangaroo taste like? Venison bacon. I've eaten a lot of stuff, Duncan. Porcupine. I've eaten porcupine, um, rattlesnake, uh, bear, venison, elk, lamb, all kinds of birds, chucker, quail, grouse, pheasant, dove, duck. Oh, and then fish. Just every fish that's ever been offered to me, I've eaten, and I've caught all kinds of fish and eaten them. Shellfish, squid, octopus, calamari. I've eaten all kinds of shit, dude. I'm one of those people that even if I find it disgusting, I'll try it. Uh, I'll see if I like it or not. You thought DVS, what's up, DVS? You thought, oh, it was just more protein? Riding down the road and swallowing a bug? Yeah, see, Jim, yeah, you called me a fool, which is fine. I don't give a shit. But you're actually getting upset because I eat meat. Uh, so you that's what I talk about all the time. Getting upset because shit other people do that's got nothing to do with you. Nothing at all to do with you. So you're miserable because the way I'm living my life. And that's on you. You go kill every damn cow you can. I wouldn't give a shit. You go, do whatever you want to do. Fly all the rainbow flags you want to. I don't give a shit. That's on you, dude. Be as vegan as you. Don't even eat plants anymore. Plants deserve to live. Don't eat plants anymore. Just eat dirt. I wouldn't give a shit. Do you? You know what I'm saying? You're making yourself miserable, dude. That, and that's my opinion. Uh, so people like that really need to do some self reflection and find out why they allow other people to make them absolutely miserable and piss them off and shit. You know what I mean? Uh, because it's self defeating. Because I really don't give a shit if you call me a fool or a murderer and all that stuff. I'm still gonna the steak still tastes the same. The steak I'm gonna eat tomorrow is still gonna taste the same. So I don't give two shits. Yeah, yeah, Tank. That's been that's been a long process. I think that has to collapse one day. They can't keep it up forever with the garbage fertilizers. Yeah, I don't think they can keep the soil producing forever. That's got to collapse one day. Carnivorous mushrooms. Oh, they're beating out the native herbivorous mushrooms. Okay. These conversations make the old brain get back to running. Yeah, I hope so, Christopher. That's the whole point. Gen X thinks, right? And even Jim Bot, he gets in here, but he raises some interesting questions. Whether, the fashion that he does it, is a little abrasive. It's irritating and shit. But he raises some good points, at least from the wrong side and from where I'm standing. He's coming from the wrong side of the perspective, but he raises some good points. Yeah, yeah, Brad. I wonder about that too. The human trafficking thing. Yeah. He started insulting me, Christopher, and he's the one that gets butt hurt because I said I don't care. You didn't hurt my feelings, so he gets mad and runs out of the chat. Come on, dude, that shit cracks me up. But that's the way you know people's brains work. So, but that's evidence right there. He says he's 58 years old, so that's evidence. Not every Gen Xer has got all their faculties. We've got our wackadoos too. So, oh, you've never cared for seafood, Duncan? I've never found a seafood that I dislike so far. Not yet. Yeah, I haven't found one that I dislike yet. Yeah, Jeff Boyardee. Yeah, gave us all creatures and all seed bearing plants. Yep. Oh yeah, dude. DVS hit the nail on the head there. If they had to survive, and the only thing was meat, They need to remember that the plane that crashed and how those people survived. Yeah, they'd be clubbing baby seals, on the beach if they were hungry enough, and that's a fact. Your body will not let you just starve to death on principle. You know what I mean? Your body won't let you do it. How much caramelized onions can we take? I can take quite a few. I like caramelized onions, dude. Yeah, I love mushrooms too, Christopher. What's eating what? Yeah, yeah, and that's one of those vegan arguments, right, Tomcat? That we don't kill. Well, you've got to kill a plant, to eat it. You must kill it. You must end a life because that plant is a different kind of life. It's not a mammal, so all of a sudden it's free to kill. So we can just hack down entire forests, and you're okay with that? It's a plant. Come on. We got to be realistic about shit. Oh no, you think, Raziel. You think. you do it now. You start thinking right now, dude. Roz said he ain't thinking because that's some Gen X shit right there. That's some hardcore Gen X shit right there. Roz refuses to think because we told him to. He said, "Hell no, you don't tell me what to do, dude. I'll sit here. I'll sit here like a vegetable." Yeah. Palestinians, Brad, I don't give a shit. They can go at each other with sticks and dynamite or whatever for the next 1,000 years. I wouldn't give a shit what they do to each other over there. I'm just being honest. You know, don't give a shit. Yeah, let them wipe each other out. I don't care. I got nothing to do with it. Oliver Rust, what's up, Oliver? Glad to see you here, man. Oh, okay. Yeah, that. Oh no, that was I was thinking of Ben and Jerry's. Yeah, well, they can't call it ice cream anymore, Jeff. Yeah, you got blocked from what he was saying, Shannon. We're not vehicles, Duncan. You got that right. Yeah, mushrooms are metal as hell, Tank. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, mushrooms are killer, dude. I think the biggest organism on the planet is a mushroom, isn't it, Tank? I think so. Fried grouper, Christopher. Yeah. Sea urchin. I've never had sea urchin, Jeff. Jeff Seven. So I don't know. I can't speak on that. I'd try it though. I'd try it in a heartbeat. You explored and came back smarter, Jeff. All right. Yeah, I like all Southern food. Yeah, Florida in particular, but all Southern food. Yep. Yeah, Florida man beer 9%. Yeah, dude, we don't mess around down here, dude. Yeah, we've got uh, rednecks and hillbillies and tweakers been living out in them woods for decades. Yep, close personal friends with the alligators. They name them and shit. See there. Okay, Shannon. What the hell's the difference, Shannon? Shannon says I was vegetarian for years, but vegan is too far. Up until I read that sentence, I thought those two were the same. What the hell's the difference between a vegetarian and a vegan? See, that shit's too complicated. If you've got to look, I I don't want anything to do with that shit. If I've got to sit there and look up words and try to figure out what the hell all that different shit is, I just eat what the hell's put in front of me, and I don't even whatever. But I seriously thought that vegetarian and vegan was the same thing. I thought vegan was just the new, you know, uh, what progressive way to say vegetarian. You know, I thought that was just the new thing, the new way they were saying it. I didn't know they were two different things. Yeah, thinking is a dangerous pastime, Tank. Hurts their head, Duncan. Oh yeah, Jeff. Farm animals have the healthiest, happiest life. Some of them. Now, some of those big farms, you know, uh, I they don't they don't take care of their animals like they should. They're but yeah, they do. Um, and being drugged down and having your guts ripped out by a by a pack of hyenas or something would be a lot worse than one clean shot to the head. Edmund, Edmund's Enterprises. What's up, Edmund? Glad to see you here out of Eastern Oregon, huh? All right. I lived in Oregon for a short while there, over on the West Coast though, Eugene area. New Gaza there, Tripwire. Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want that's like our New York and Minnesota and stuff. New York City. Yeah. Oh, okay. Swat a mosquito. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Louisiana food, Jeff. Yep. Red beans and rice. Yeah. Gumbo. Ukraine, where island guests can gather sacrifices. Money goes to be laundered. Yeah, Hurst. What's up, Hurst? Glad to see you here. Sniz snuck up on me. Where's Sniz? There he is. Sniz. What's up, Sniz? Glad to see you here. All right, Tank. Be cool, buddy. Thanks for dropping by, man. I appreciate you. Oh yeah. Yeah, I try to grow as many vegetables as I can. My biggest thing is fruit trees. They just take so little care and they last for years. Oh, okay, Tomcat. I hear all kinds of stuff about the Palestinians and the Israelis and all stuff. I honestly, I just don't care. It's got nothing to do with us. It's on the other side of the planet. If they want to get in a war and fight each other, just let them get in a war and fight each other. If if the U.S. and Canada started mixing it up, the Palestinians aren't going to be down there waving American flags. I stand with America. They're not going to do that shit. You know what I mean? They don't give a shit. So why do we? I don't understand it. I don't personally. I don't pay much attention to it. I just don't care. Oh yeah, yeah, Starmer. Yeah, I've heard about him. Mrs. Steak, Jeff Boyd. Yeah. Oh, okay, Edmund. Edmund. That huge fungus. That's the one I was talking about earlier. That's where it is in Eastern Oregon. Okay. DNA mixed hand of God, God's library hypothesis. I don't know. We'd have to talk more about that, Tomcat. I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to. Yeah, Hearst. Yeah, their ideology coming over here. Now, when they bring that shit over here into New York and Minnesota and stuff, now I've got a problem. What they do over there, I don't. Yeah, two separate issues in my opinion. we've got to protect our country and our culture, and every country in Western civilization should be saying the same thing, in my opinion, and should have been for decades. But we've been lost, right? Chasing the latest cheap Chinese piece of shit. Um, you know, so paying attention to who Taylor Swift is marrying or not marrying, paying attention to all kinds of just stupid bullshit while we've been invaded. And that's not America. That's every country across Western civilization. And I think the UK is at the forefront of that. I saw a list of the Muslim mayors in the UK, the list of cities, and the list is so long. So the people here in America, in the United States, who say to me that, oh, it's New York, who cares what they do in New York, let them destroy their shit. That's what they were saying in England when the first mayor over there got elected. It's over there in London or whatever. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Let them destroy their city. That's how it started over there. And it's happening here now. So if we don't learn from other people's mistakes, if you don't learn from your own mistakes, you're stupid. If you do learn from your own mistakes, you can call yourself smart. If you can learn from other people's mistakes, now you're wise. You have wisdom, learning from other people's mistakes. And if we don't even learn from our own mistakes as a culture, as Western civilization, we don't even learn from our own mistakes, let alone other people's. So as a society, as a group of people, we're stupid. We're just stupid. We're self-defeating. We're committing cultural suicide, and we're doing it with our eyes open. We're begging for it. Dead Wolf, what's up, Dead Wolf? Glad to see you here, man. Yeah. Roz grows as few vegetables as he needs to bait tasty animals. There you go. Yeah, Wayne Beatty. Middle East have been at each other's throats for thousands of years. They're never going to stop. So why waste our resources over there getting tangled up in that bullshit, right? Why? What's the point? It's been that way since the dawn of time. All right, Edmund. Be cool, buddy. Hope to see you back again, man. Our next show's tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Not seeing much invasion there, Shannon? Well, yeah. Well, we don't until we do, and then it's too late. Yeah, Jeff, all right. Still have a roof and crypto, huh? Hell yeah. Yeah, Hearst, that's what they're doing. They're changing the voter base, and they don't give a shit about the rest of us and our the generations to come. They don't give a shit. They just want to. They're clinging on to their power. They're junkies, like just another guy in the woods says. They're addicts. They're addicted to that power, and they'll do anything for it. Yeah, Duncan. Mistakes are often repetitive. Yep. Yep. Running off the cliff like a lemming, Brad. Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah, the FM communism stands for food, Hurst. Yeah. Hardwire, what's up, Hardwire? Glad to see you here, man. Do you know Mike, the headless chicken from the 40s? No. No, Christopher. Yeah, Hurst. Oh, okay. No, I've never heard that before. Yeah, sniz. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, we won't. Yep. You just be rolling the dice, right? You won't be able to tell. And that, and that's the reason you see that kind of stuff, and that really blows my mind how women can support that shit when we all know how horribly they treat women. It's crazy, you know? It's really crazy. And you see these women out there who support that bullshit, and you're like, oh, the Queers for Palestine thing. They want to kill you, right? You know what I'm saying? They literally want you dead, and you're supporting them. So again, it's it's suicide. It's just suicide. There's no other way to put it. That's like insisting, that the drunk guy fly your plane. You know what I mean? I want the drunk guy in there to be my pilot. What? The other one's sober. He's no, I want the drunk one. Okay. It just doesn't make any damn sense. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Hardwire useful idiots. Yeah. They're useful for the powers that be, the ones who like to call themselves our leaders, our overlords. El Cid Barrett. El Cid Barrett. What's up, El Cid? Glad to see you here. Captain Windsor, George Cross, SMU Inscom. All right. Glad to see you here, Barrett. A live farmer dropped corn into his neck, went out for a year so he could, until he choked. Oh, okay. Yeah, they do. Yeah, rooftop VIP section, Jeff Boyd. Yeah, you got that right. Yeah, as a rule. And who said that? But I know it was in that movie Men in Black, but uh, Tommy Lee Jones said it. A person is smart, but humans as a group are stupid. They're stupid, dangerous animals, and that's proven to be true over and over again. So, yeah, and it's when you see it in action and happening around you and happening, to the place you call home, it's tough. It's a really tough time to live through. And I bet a lot of people felt like this during other periods of time, in their homes throughout history. Oh, learned about Mike in your aviation academy. Okay, all right, Christopher, I will. Parents of the children of the corn, Duncan. Yeah, Christopher. Yeah, mob mentality, uh, and you can see it. And they use that psychology against us. See, when you have these large groups of people, and then you have the powers that be well versed in mass psychology and programming. Now you have a recipe for disaster. Uh, these people, they've grown up, inside the programming, inside the matrix, and it's not difficult to keep them in control and to guide the large group wherever you want with emotions, with lies and propaganda. It's not difficult anymore, and they have done lots and lots of research. They are very well studied in psychology, uh, and these are, that's just the way it is. It's just facts. All right. Commissioned Airborne 1972. All right, El Cid. Yeah. Thank you for your service. I appreciate it. His tinfoil hat is too tight. Yeah. We are the children of the corn, huh, Jeff? Yeah. Try to break the programming. Strange new territory, and it'll take patience. Yep. Exactly right, Christopher. Um, and there, that analogy of a matrix, I don't think it's really far off. I really don't, because when you look at it, and everything really is just uh, waves, energy waves that we our senses perceive, light, sound. Um, so the universe is what we perceive it to be, you know, and that is interpreted by our brain. And if our brain is being manipulated from media, government, uh, entertainment industry, and all these places, right? So if our brain is being manipulated, then the universe is being manipulated. They are manipulating the universe at large by manipulating our brain. So we have to take that control back. Take control of our brains. Break the manipulation. Break free of the propaganda and look around. Don't take everything I say and say, "Oh, I heard it on the internet, so it must be true," type of thing. No, think about it for yourself. Maybe you should care about the Palestinians. Maybe you shouldn't eat meat. Maybe. That's up to you. All right. This is not an echo chamber. That's why I don't block people like Jim Bot, because this is not an echo chamber. I don't want to create that kind of thing. That's not why I'm here. I'm here because I personally want to think, and I'm asking y'all to help me do that. Open my eyes. Yeah. Jim Bot and some others might say some crazy shit sometimes that we disagree with and be a little weird or whatever, but at least they give us food for thought, you know, um, and counteracting their arguments, we're thinking, we're engaging our minds. Why is that stupid? Why do I believe that's stupid? Okay, there's got to be a logical reason for it, because life feeds on life, right? Everything eats each other on this planet. Why should I be different? So I'm just inviting people to think with me and to break free of the propaganda and the bullshit. I'm not trying to convince anyone of anything. Um, except that Gen X is awesome. That's the only thing. That's the only thing you're not allowed to disagree with me on, is that Gen X rules. And the class of '91 rules. But we've already sorted all that out. All the class of '89 and shit and all that other stuff y'all say. We all know that the class of '91 rules. Yeah, yeah. That's one thing I've always. Oh, you out of here, Michelle? All right, be cool. Thank you for dropping by. Um, where was I? Oh, yeah, the Vatican. I've heard they got a lot of stuff stored underneath the Vatican and stuff. So I've always wondered about that. How much the Vatican manipulates, and how much power they possess throughout the world and exert through the countries and stuff. So that's a question I have. All right, everybody. So I am going to wrap this up. I will say goodbye to y'all. And again, as always, I appreciate your time. Sincerely, I appreciate y'all coming here and hanging out with me for an hour, expressing our thoughts, judging, helping me judge all these bullshit leftist progressive weirdos. And that's not saying that I'm a hardcore Republican or anything. We just didn't judge them today. So but we'll do that some other episode. We've just gotta keep our minds open and judge everyone on their own merit. I believe that we need to bring back a little bit of judgment instead of all this weak, bland bullshit we're trying to water down everything with this weak ass unoffensive language. I think we need to break out of that shit at some point as a society and bring back a little bit of judgment and offensiveness, at some point anyway. So anyway, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I will say goodbye to Hanging with Christopher, Jeff Boyardee, El Cid, Dead Wolf, Raziel, Jesse Tex OXO. What's up, Jesse? Gessie, Mr. Hurst, Tyler, Brad Davis. Who else we got here? Did I say Hanging with Christopher? Shannon, Tomcat, Duncan, Hardwire. Who else we got? Dog Karma. Said Brad Davis already. Sniz. Did I say Sniz? Goodbye, Sniz. Said Shannon already. Michelle already left us. Jeff Seven. Wayne Beatty. Connecting the rabbit holes. You snuck in here on me, connecting the rabbit holes. Hi and goodbye. I would say goodbye to Timbot, but he already left us. Timbot, the vegan. Tank Ferret, he's already gone though too. Didn't Fox didn't Fox show up at one point? I thought I saw Fox earlier. I don't see his name up here though. Who else we got? DVS. All right. If I didn't call your name, or if you watch on TV and don't engage in the chat, thank you as well. I appreciate you taking your time. Mr. Hurst, I appreciate you taking your time to hang out with us and watch the show, support the channel. So thank you very much. If I didn't call your name also, YouTube, I just do it. I have to do it off the chat, and YouTube only lets me scroll up so far. So I apologize for that. But thank you anyway for hanging out with us. Your time is valuable to me, sincerely and truly. All right. Let's see. We need a volunteer or a sacrificial lamb here, and we will pick who? Dead Wolf. Dead Wolf Retribution. All right, Dead Wolf. This spiel is for you. I know you've been waiting patiently for it, dude. It's your favorite part of the show. So here you go, Dead Wolf. And as always, stay frosty, Gen X, and I'll see you on the next one. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you'd like to support the channel by becoming a member, it's only $2.99 a month, and I'll put that link down in the description, or you can head over to the channel page and become a member that way. But I really appreciate all the support from the members out there. This is the members banner here. And I really appreciate these people. They support the channel directly through memberships, and it helps out a lot. So thank you very much to all the members. If you're interested in Gen X gear, we got some pretty cool stuff over there at Redbubble. Gen X things and Gen X branded stuff, t-shirts, coffee mugs, stickers, hoodies, all kinds of stuff. But I'll leave that link down in the description too for any of you who are interested. If you have any ideas for future episodes of Gen X Things, please put those down in the comments, or you can email us, and the email is genxthings@gmail.com. And as always, stay frosty, Gen X, and I'll see you on the next one.